Is there or isn't there life out there? For decades, we've heard reports of glowing orbs, mysterious lights and objects that appear to defy the laws of physics. And now the US government has released hundreds of secret videos, photos and witness testimonies. The UFO files are open. So do we finally have our answer?
I could not believe what I was seeing. It was so massive.
It's the age-old question. Are we really alone?
Are there other intelligences, other life forms out there trying to contact us?
Sightings from military officials, pilots, even astronauts.
We're seeing flashes from a spacecraft at night with their eyes closed.
Secret records dating back 80 years.
Some of the folks I've spoken to say that there's things that are going to, quote unquote, curl your toes. That is so incredible.
A UFO, or as they're now called, a UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Hovering, then in a flash, gone. This video from Syria in 2021 labelled apparent instantaneous acceleration. In waters off Iran, what looks like a UAP flyby in formation.
President Trump has finally said, look, we're just going to put it out there, which I think is the right answer, because this has been something that has been denied for far too long.
Retired US military operative Tony Shaffer has spent his career dealing in secrets.
I think we're much better off with more transparency than trying to deny the reality which we all know exists.
Why has it been kept a secret for so long by multiple administrations?
Because they could. Because these people had the means, they had the ability to do it.
Objects which appear to defy what we know about flying.
I've seen them too. One in particular when I was in the Philippines, and it was no doubt it was something we did not make. In my own little experience, this thing was probably about a half a kilometer long. It was massive, and it was moving through the air with impunity and with no sound, absolute silence.
While the US has been spending millions tracking this stuff, here, not the case. Back in the 80s and 90s, Australia did, and former Air Force Senior Intelligence Officer Dr. Brett Biddington was part of the team investigating.
Somebody would ring in and say, I've seen some strange lights. And my starting assumption always is that if a person is interested enough to report something, they've actually seen something that doesn't make sense to them.
The RAF wound up its investigation of these strange happenings in 1996.
Once you started to look at many of these reports, they were vague, imprecise. I could see no threat to our national security from any of the reports that have been put onto my desk. So I proposed to the Chief of Air Force that would be a function that we would stop doing.
The Australian Department of Defence has buried its head in the sand on this topic for more than 30 years. Its current long-held position is, move along folks, there's nothing to see here.
UAP researcher Grant Levac says Australia is leaving itself open, pointing out sightings in the Indo-Pacific region.
That's incredibly close to Australian shores, so it makes me wonder, well, if there are incidents of UAP close to Australia, is the Australian Department of Defence taking notice?
We sent the Defence Minister, Richard Marles, a list of questions on the topic. They went unanswered.
The release of these files by President Trump could be seen as a pretty good way of distracting the world from other things going on in his administration. Some can be easily explained. Balloons, birds, a glitch in the sensors, or just atmospheric effects. Others are truly unexplained. But if the believers are looking for concrete evidence of extraterrestrials, they won't be found in these files. We'll have to keep looking.
That's one of the great old age questions is, are we alone?
That's the million-dollar question, right? My answer is, I don't know.
So I guess we make up our own minds, don't we? Up next, sometimes